11th Science, Chapter 8, Redox Reactions, Part 1, Introduction and some basic concepts. Hello students, I am Madhusina, your chemistry teacher. Watch my YouTube videos, like and subscribe it for further notification. In this video, we will study about some important terms related to redox reaction and rules for determining the oxidation number. The term redox comes from two concepts involved with electron transfer, reduction and oxidation. It can be explained in simple terms. As per classical concept, oxidation means gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen, whereas reduction means gain of hydrogen or loss of oxygen. As per modern concept, oxidation is the loss of electron or an increase in oxidation state, whereas reduction is the gain of electrons or a decrease in oxidation state by a molecule, atom or ion. An oxidizing agent is a chemical compound that readily transfers oxygen atoms or a substance that gains electrons in a redox reaction. In other words, an oxidizing agent oxidizes the substance and gains electrons, and therefore its oxidation state will decrease. And reducing agent is an element or a compound in a redox reaction that reduces another species. In doing so, it is getting oxidized. In simple terms, the oxidizing agent is reduced and the reducing agent is oxidized. Redox reaction occurs when electron exchange takes place. In the following example, it is noticed that calcium is being oxidized and hydrogen is being reduced. There are reactions in which one species gets oxidized whereas the other species gets reduced. The species which do not undergo any change in oxidation number is spectator ion. Rules for determining oxidation number. Rule number 1 says element in free or uncombined elemental state have zero oxidation number. The meaning of this uncombined elemental state is that the state in which they exist in nature, for example Na, K, Al, O2, H2, etc., they have zero oxidation number. For the ions composed of single atom, the oxidation number is equal to the charge on the ion. For example, Cl minus, the oxidation number is -1. For Al plus 3, the oxidation number is +3, etc. Hydrogen is given oxidation number +1, except for metal hydrides. In case of metal hydrides, hydrogen has oxidation number of -1. Oxygen has -2 oxidation number in almost all their stable compounds except peroxides, where the oxidation number of oxygen is -1, as well as in case of superoxides, the oxidation number of oxygen is -1/2. In oxyfluorides, oxidation number of oxygen is +2. Halogens have oxidation number -1 except interhalogen compounds, where its oxidation number can vary. Oxidation number of alkali metals, that is group number 1, is +1 and that of alkaline earth metals is +2. The algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms present in the compound which is neutral is 0. And if the species is an ion and carries a charge, then the algebraic sum of oxidation number of all the atoms present in the ion is equal to the charge on the ion. Keeping the rules of finding oxidation number in mind, let us calculate the oxidation number of some of the following compounds. The underlined compound, we have to find out the oxidation number. For example, here we have to find out for copper. Let us assume let oxidation number of Cu is equal to X. Now here 2 Cu is present, so therefore 2X plus Oxygen. Now oxygen is having oxidation number of -2 in all its oxidation states. Now it is neither a peroxide nor a superoxide. Normally peroxides and superoxides, they are formed by group 1 and group 2 elements. Is equal to, there is no charge on top of the compound, is equal to 0. Therefore 2x is equal to +2, so x is equal to +1 is the oxidation number of copper. Now here we have to find out for sulfur. So let oxidation number of sulfur is equal to x. So 2. Oxidation number of hydrogen, this is not a metal hydride, so it is +1 plus x plus 4 into -2 is the oxidation number of oxygen is equal to 0 as there is no charge. Therefore 2 plus x minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 6 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to +6 is the oxidation number of sulfur. Now in the third example, let oxidation number of sulfur is equal to x. Since there are 2 sulfur, therefore 2x plus 4 into -2 is the oxidation number of oxygen is equal to the total charge on the compound -2. Therefore 2x minus 8 is equal to -2. Therefore 2x is equal to -8 will go on that side, so +6. Therefore x is equal to +3 is the oxidation number of sulfur. Now here let oxidation number of calcium is equal to x. Therefore x plus 2 into calcium is a metal, and when hydrogen is bonded to metal, the oxidation number of hydrogen is taken as -1 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to +2. You can cross check also, calcium is a member of group 2, so it must have +2 oxidation number, that means it is correct. In the fifth example, let oxidation number of Cr is equal to x. 2 Cr is there, therefore 2x plus 7 minus 2 is the oxidation number of oxygen is equal to -2 is the charge on the compound. Therefore 2x minus 14 is equal to -2, take -14 on that side, therefore 2x is equal to +12. Therefore x is equal to +6 is the oxidation number of chromium. Now let us take this. Let oxidation number of potassium is equal to x. Therefore 2 potassium plus 2 into, now we don't know whether it is an superoxide, whether it is a peroxide, or whether it is a oxide. Now is equal to 0. Now this value is very important, whether you should put -2, -1 or -half. So always go for the reverse. Potassium is a member of group number 1. So it should have +1 oxidation state. Now if I put +1 here and if I presume this oxygen as X, then it is 2 into 1 plus 2 plus 2x is equal to 0. Therefore 2x is equal to -2. So x you are going to get -half. That means this is a superoxide. So put down -half now. Therefore 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore x is equal to, if you take -1 on that side. Now here we have to find out the oxidation number of potassium, but we don't have an idea whether this oxygen is an oxide, that it is a peroxide or superoxide. So let us find out the reverse one. Now see this, you know that potassium is a member of group number 1, so obviously it is going to have +1 oxidation state, and then presume oxygen to be X is equal to 0, so 2 plus 2x is equal to 0, 2x is equal to -2, so x is equal to -2 by 2 is equal to -1. So you have calculated the oxidation number of oxygen, it is coming -1. That means this compound is a peroxide. Now we will use this. Let oxidation number of potassium is equal to X. Therefore 2x plus 2 into, now we have a very clear idea whether it is a peroxide, superoxide or oxide, is equal to 0. Therefore 2x is equal to 2. So x is equal to +1. Students, there are 4 types of redox reactions. Combination reactions, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and disproportionation reaction. Out of these, the first 3 reactions you are well aware of. Combination reaction, when 2 or more reactants, they join together, they combine together to form a single product, then that type of reaction is known as combination reaction. Decomposition reaction, when a single reactant breaks up under the effect of heat, light or electricity to form a number of products, then that reaction is called as decomposition reaction. Displacement reaction, on the basis of reactivity series, when a more reactive element displaces less reactive element from the salt solution, then such type of reaction is known as displacement reaction. Let us proceed further to explain the 4th type of redox reaction, that is disproportionation reaction. Disproportionation reaction is sometimes also known as dismutation. Now, what happens in this reaction? It is a type of redox reaction, that means both the processes, oxidation and reduction, is taking place. But disproportionation reactions are those reactions in which a single element undergoes both oxidation as well as reduction. That means a same element is undergoing oxidation also as well as reduction also. Let us explain this with the help of example. Cl2 gas in basic medium forms ClO minus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. Now, first of all, let us write down the oxidation number of all the elements present in this reaction. Cl2 is present in free state, so oxidation number is 0. Here let us calculate for Cl. X plus -2 is equal to -1, so we get the oxidation number of Cl as +1, and oxygen is having -2, so we are putting the oxidation number of each of the element. This is an atom bearing charge, so -1 is the oxidation number of Cl minus. Now connect the elements on both the sides which are undergoing change in oxidation number. I am connecting this to one chlorine and this to the other chlorine. Now try to find out the change in oxidation number. 0 is changing into +1. That means here there is increase in oxidation number, and this process is called as oxidation process. Here 0 is changing into -1. That means there is decrease in oxidation number, and this process is known as the process of reduction. So you can see here chlorine is undergoing oxidation also as well as chlorine is undergoing reduction also. So it is a type of redox reaction and it is a disproportionation reaction, as the same element is undergoing reduction also as well as oxidation also. Take another example. H2O2 forms H2O plus O2. All are in the gaseous state. This is liquid and this is in the gaseous state. H2O2 balance the reaction. Now, first of all, we will write down the oxidation number of all the elements involved in the reaction. Hydrogen is in +1 oxidation state. Since it is a peroxide, so oxygen is having -1 oxidation state. You have to ignore the stoichiometric coefficient here. Hydrogen is in +1 oxidation state, oxygen is -2, and here oxygen is in free state, so oxidation number is 0. Now, two elements are involved in the reaction, hydrogen and oxygen. You have to identify the element which is undergoing change in oxidation number. Now, if you notice, hydrogen is having +1 on the reactant side also as well as +1 on the product side also. It is not undergoing any change. Oxygen is undergoing change. So, connect the elements, one oxygen with the other one, and here we are connecting. Now, find out the change. -1 is changing into -2, decrease in oxidation number, and this process is reduction. Similarly, -1 is changing into 0, here increase in oxidation number, and this process is known as oxidation. That means it is a redox reaction, and same element oxygen is undergoing reduction also as well as oxidation also. That means it is a type of disproportionation reaction. Consider this reaction. 2MnO4 minus plus Br minus gives to MnO2 plus BrO3 minus. In this reaction, if we are told to identify the species undergoing oxidation and reduction, then how we are going to find out? First of all, you write down the oxidation number of all the elements involved in the reaction. Now here, we have to ignore the stoichiometric coefficients. So first of all, let Mn be x plus 4 into -2. So oxygen is having -2 oxidation number. Now for Mn we can calculate x plus 4 into -2 is equal to -1. So here we are getting +7 as the oxidation state of Mn. This is an atom bearing charge, so -1 is for Br minus. Let us calculate for here. Oxygen is having -2, and if I presume this as x plus 2 into -2, -4 is equal to 0, so Mn we get +4. Let us calculate for this. -2 is the oxidation state of oxygen. Now if it is x plus 3 into -2 is equal to -1, so we are getting +5 for Br. Now identify the elements. Mn and Br is there in oxygen. 3 elements are involved in the reaction. But you can see oxygen is not undergoing any change in oxidation state. So we have to ignore those elements which are not undergoing the change in oxidation state. Now connect Mn with Mn and connect Br with Br and try to find out the change. +7 is changing into +4. That means there is decrease in oxidation number and this process is reduction. -1 is changing into +5. That means there is increase in oxidation number, which is the process of oxidation. That means first of all we have to confirm whether it is a redox reaction or not. That means this is a redox reaction because both the processes are taking place, oxidation and reduction. Now let us find out the species oxidized and species reduced. Now both these species you have to see from the reactant side only and you have to ignore the stoichiometric coefficient. Now what is happening to this MnO4 minus? It is undergoing reduction. So the species reduced is MnO4 minus. Br minus is undergoing oxidation. So the species oxidized is Br minus. Consider another example. H2S plus Cl2 gives 2HCl plus sulfur. Now put down the oxidation number of all the elements involved in the reaction. This is plus 1 for hydrogen. Sulfur you can calculate comes to minus 2. Cl2 is in free state, so 0. Hydrogen here is plus 1, chlorine minus 1 and sulfur is in free state, so 0. Now you can notice hydrogen is not undergoing any change, so we will ignore that. Connect sulfur with sulfur and chlorine with chlorine and find out the change. Minus 2 is changing into 2. So increase in oxidation number. This process is oxidation. First of all, we have to confirm whether it is a redox reaction or not. 0 is changing into minus 1. So there is decrease in oxidation number, which is the process of reduction. So we have confirmed that it is a redox reaction as both oxidation and reduction processes are taking place. Now you can find out the species oxidized and the species reduced. Now you have to find out that from the reactant side only, ignoring the stoichiometric coefficients. H2S is undergoing oxidation. So species oxidized is H2S. Cl2 is undergoing reduction. So species reduced is chlorine.